Now call me crazy, but the rideability of this bike goes up with the silencer. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a cool test. We're going to be testing the difference, the sound difference, and a bit of a performance difference between the stock silencer on the DT125 and the big one silencer, which is a lot more free-flowing. I'm actually going to throw up the diagram, or I guess a cutaway view of the factory exhaust for the DT125 and the DT175. They're identical, and you guys can see how restricted they really are. So the silencer should really make a difference. It will sound different. It will perform different. Let's just see how different that actually is. So without further ado, without further babbling, I am going to get this bike fired up. We'll start getting some sound bites of the factory exhaust, or I guess the silencer, and then we'll swap it out and do the exact same tests, but with the big one. Let's do it.
Oh my God, what a difference! It's just like, on the stock silencer, it feels like somebody is like pulling you back, you know? This thing just wants to go! The sound difference may not be significant, guys, but the performance difference is there. I was gonna hold off until the end to talk about this, but I'm just so amazed. I know it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but the bike feels lighter. Like, it feels lighter. I'm interrupting you guys. I'm just testing different exhausts, seeing the difference. So yeah, I'm just doing like a GPS run, seeing how fast I go from 0 to 60, seeing if it makes a difference. So, sorry? Thank you. Ooh, 7.4, that's rough. One thing that I absolutely love about the silencer is that when you shift, it feels like there's a lot less like loss of power in that moment when you're shifting, you know? Like you shift and then you're back in the power band and it's still free flowing and you don't even have to give it as much gas to kind of keep going. It's sort of just, you know, you shift, you apply a bit of throttle and you're just zooming again. I love this silencer. Honestly, single best performance upgrade for a factory bike. I gotta do one more. Wow, this bike just zooms! It zooms! This bike zooms now! Bro, this thing zooms! Like zoom, zoom! Except it's a Yamaha, it's not a Mazda, but zoom, zoom!
A whole 0.2 seconds faster with the big one on average. Now, obviously my launches are not consistent. If they were, I would assume that the difference would be roughly 0.4 to 0.5 seconds on average. However, that really doesn't even matter. You know, I think what matters is how the bike actually feels now, because nobody's drag racing it. You know, that 0.2, 0.5, nobody cares, right? The point is how the bike feels, and you know, the whole point of the 0 to 60 runs was to kind of just showcase a bit of the data and show that it is in fact a little bit faster. So anyway, on to the flybys.
Jeez, it's so easy.
Well guys, there you have it. I've yet to edit the video, so I have no clue how the sound is actually going to come through. Hopefully it came through okay. But honestly, I think the biggest difference comes from how the bike actually feels. I think the numbers kind of speak for it. Slightly faster acceleration on average, you know, with the free-flowing silencer than with the stock one. And like I said, the bike just feels so light. It just wants to go, you know? And before, when you're trying to cruise, right, it's kind of like, it's hard to explain. Before the power band, it almost feels like luggy, you know? And it doesn't really want to ride at that RPM. But if you give it a little more, then it just goes in the power band and it starts running away into the power band. With this silencer, however, it's completely different. You can cruise at a low speed and it's just, it loves it. It loves it. I think because the silencer is free-flowing, there's just so much less resistance, and the bike doesn't have to work as hard to push it in, you know, in lower RPM, which is just fantastic. With the 175, it's going to be very similar. The only reason I didn't use my 175 for this experiment is because my engine is a little bit rattly right now. It's undergoing a rebuild, and that engine actually sounds good. If you guys did hear any sort of rattling, it's actually the helmet lock on the side of the frame. I don't know why I did this, but it's the helmet lock on the side of the frame, and it's rattling around and it's making that rattling noise. Man, what other final thoughts? I think if you guys truly want a different sound, if you're basically just looking to make your bike sound great, I think you would need the full chamber. With that said, the silencer does make a bit of a difference, and it does make a huge difference in terms of, performance. I hope this video helped you make your decision whether you want to buy a silencer for your DT125 or DT175. I recommend it. That's my personal opinion. You guys do what you want. I personally think it is a great performance upgrade, especially considering how restricted the stock exhaust is. Like, by far the most restrictive part of the exhaust is actually the silencer. So you'll be doing yourself a huge favor. Bike is gonna breathe well, you're gonna feel good riding the bike, and I don't think it takes away from like the vintageness of it, you know? Like, shoot, just, buy that silencer, strip it down, paint it black like the original. Nobody will be able to tell, and it's gonna work better. But in any case, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you, Daniel, for letting me experiment with your bike. I think you're gonna love it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.